3 nights ago, I realized someone had been watching my house. Not from the street, not from my yard, but from somewhere much closer. And the worst part is, I still don't know how long he had been there. So this happened last summer when I was staying alone at my parents' house. They were on vacation for 2 weeks, and I had the whole place to myself, which sounds nice, until you realize how quiet a big house can get at night. The first weird thing happened around 1:30 a.m. I heard footsteps outside my bedroom window, not walking past, just stopping. I looked through the blinds expecting to see maybe a neighbor walking their dog, but the yard was empty. The grass wasn't moving. There were no cars, nothing. Still, I couldn't shake the feeling that someone had been standing there, watching. Then the next night, I found footprints under the window. Bare footprints, right beneath my bedroom window, and they were facing the glass, meaning someone had been standing there, looking directly into my room. I tried to convince myself it was old prints from earlier in the day, but they looked fresh. The dirt was still damp, so that night, I decided to stay awake and see if whoever it was would come back. Around 10 a.m., I heard the same footsteps again, slow, crunching on the gravel. I stayed completely still. Then the shadow appeared on my curtain. Someone was standing inches from the glass. But what he did next made my stomach drop. He slowly leaned closer to the window, like he was trying to see inside. Then his hand lifted, and he tapped once on the glass. I jumped up and turned on the light. The shadow disappeared instantly. I ran outside with my phone flashlight. No one was there. But when I looked up at my window, I realized something. From outside, you can't see inside my room at night, which means he wasn't trying to look in. He already knew exactly where I was sleeping. My neighbor installed a security camera after someone kept walking through his yard at night. At first we thought it was just a random trespasser, but after watching the footage, we realized something horrifying. The person wasn't just passing through, they were visiting someone. This happened in a quiet suburban neighborhood, the kind where nothing ever really happens. My neighbor Mark installed cameras after hearing noises outside around 3 a.m. At first, the footage showed nothing, just empty yard, night after night, until one night, someone finally appeared on camera. The footage showed a tall figure walking slowly across the yard. No flashlight, no phone, just walking in the dark. What was strange was the way he moved. He kept stopping, turning his head, like he was checking the houses. Then he walked straight toward my house. He stopped in front of my backyard gate and just stood there for almost 5 minutes, completely still. Mark said the creepiest part was the way the guy looked at the camera, because he smiled. But the second night of footage was worse. The same man appeared again, same time, same path, but this time, he wasn't alone. There was another shadow behind him, standing near my back door. The problem is, there was no second person visible on the camera, which means whoever Mark saw standing behind that man was something the camera couldn't capture. When I moved into my apartment, the landlord gave me one warning: never open the basement door. At the time, I thought it was just some weird joke, until the night I heard knocking from the other side. The building was old, really old, and the basement door was at the end of the hallway near my apartment. It was always locked, always, but one night I noticed it was slightly open. At first I assumed someone had gone down there, maybe maintenance, but when I walked past it, I heard something, a faint scratching sound, coming from the darkness below. Then someone whispered from the basement. It sounded like a man, quiet. He said, "Hey, can you help me?" I froze, because the basement was supposed to be empty. Then he said my name. I slammed the door shut and locked it. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning I asked the landlord if anyone had been working in the basement. He looked confused. Then he said something that made my stomach drop. No one has access to that basement. Later that night, I walked past the door again, and written on the wood, from the inside, were the words, Please let me out.